Alysa Liu just pulled off the impossible at the Games, and I'm not even talking about the gold medal. We are talking about a skater who vanished for 2 years, only to return and shatter a 24-year curse for American women. But that is not the crazy part. The real shocker? She did it without the stress, without the anxiety, and without the mental collapse. While her rivals looked like they were being crushed by the weight of the Games, Liu was out there having a blast, and her plans for tonight prove it. Rewind to Beijing, 2022. Music. 16-year-old Alysa Liu is the baby of Team USA. She takes 6th place. The music stops, and she walks away. Done. She retired. Years later, she confessed she didn't just dislike it, she low-key really hated it and wanted to burn that bridge. The suffocating pressure, the expectations, the endless grind. At 16, she had checked out. Let that sink in. This is the prodigy who snatched the national title at 13, a record that still stands. The youngest ever. And by 16, she wanted absolutely zero connection to figure skating. 2 years of silence. No competitions, no brutal training blocks, just a normal life far away from the sport that made her miserable. Then, the plot twist. She returned. But she flipped the script. No overbearing federation handlers, no micromanagement. She skipped the traditional Olympic ramp-up. She played the game entirely on her own terms. Fast forward to the 2025 World Championships. She wins. World champion after a 2-year hiatus. Nobody saw it coming. Then at Milano Cortina 2026, Thursday, February 19th, she delivers a performance that is simply divine. She edges out Japan's 3-time legend Kaori Sakamoto by less than 2 points in a final for the history books. She claimed Olympic gold, becoming the first American woman to top the figure. Skating podium since Sarah Hughes in 2002, ending a 24-year dry spell. But this isn't your standard comeback story. It is about her vibe, her attitude, and her completely different philosophy on pressure. Before the flame was even lit, Olympics.com asked her about the burden of the crown and the weight of the flag. Her answer? It is just not that deep. While everyone else is discussing how the pressure destroys them, Alysa's mantra remains, it is simply not that serious. She returned to the ice because she chose to, not because the world demanded it. Passion, not obligation, fueled her. That mindset secured the gold while others crumbled. So how did she actually pull this off? And what truth bomb did she drop about surviving the Olympic cooker? After her short program in Milan, the press swarmed her, asking about the stress, the title, the expectations. She looked them in the eye and said, "I don't feel the pressure. Nothing holds me down. I welcome it all. Whatever happens, it is just a story." That is definitely not the standard script we have heard in Italy. Compare that to the other competitors. Ilia Malinin described traumatic flashbacks flooding his brain the moment he struck his opening pose. He spoke of legs heavy as stone and lungs that would not fill. Michaela Schifrin admitted she could not imagine reaching this level again after her crash left her with PTSD. Then you have Alysa Liu saying, "I invite it all in." That is the ultimate power move against anxiety. Want to know what she was actually most hyped about for these games? Not the hardware, not the podium. It was the fact that her 4 younger siblings got a vacation overseas. When asked about the venue beforehand, she didn't talk strategy. She lit up talking about her family. She mentioned they had never been abroad. She said she needed to be there when they touched down. She wanted to see their faces when they saw the Airbnb. She wanted to be their tour guide. She just wanted to be present. She was more excited about showing her siblings Italy than winning the event. And then she went out and won the whole thing anyway. That is the magic. When you stop letting the expectations strangle you and just focus on the experience with people you love, the performance flows naturally. Yahoo Sports dubbed her the happiest Olympian alive. They noted that while others were cracking, Liu was practically laughing in the face of pressure. While her peers spiraled, she smiled. The official site praised her joyful spirit, calling her a refreshed, mature free spirit who kept her cool from start to finish. Not because she didn't care, but because she had perspective. It really isn't that deep. Skating means the world to her, but it is not her entire universe. That detachment is exactly what freed her to perform at her absolute peak. Fresh off winning the gold, she chatted with NBC about the routine, absolutely beaming about how she handled herself on the ice. She described that final moment when the music stopped as a totally surreal, unbelievable rush of emotion. She mentioned that hearing the crowd roar while she skated made her feel incredibly connected to them. Her first thought? She didn't want to leave. She wanted to do it all over again. Listen to that phrasing. I want to be out there again. No, I proved them wrong. No, look what I can do. Just pure, unadulterated joy, a genuine love for the spotlight. That is the magic that happens when you play the game by your own rules. Her announcement for tonight's exhibition proves she is still calling the shots. Tonight, February 21st, the Milano ice skating arena is about to witness something special. Alysa Liu just dropped the details on her set list, and let me tell you, it is absolutely iconic and 100% her vibe. She is hitting the ice to Stateside, that remix by Pink Pantheress and Zara Larsson, bringing peak Gen Z energy and a fresh new costume. Forget the stuffy traditions. This isn't the dramatic, classical, orchestral piece the Olympic judges are used to seeing. She confirmed to the network that she choreographed a brand new routine, specifically for the gala, vibing out to that Pink Pantheress and Zara Larsson track. Expect a stunning new look as she takes center stage to soak up the spotlight one more time. We are talking about an Olympic gold medalist, rocking a mouth-piercing and striped hair, skating to pop beats, doing it exactly how she wants. And this is the powerful message Alysa is sending to the world. You do not have to trade your sanity for a medal. You do not need to let the crushing weight of expectations eat you alive. You can reject that toxic grind until you break mentality that has been destroying athletes for decades. She retired at 16 because she despised what the sport had become. 2 years later, she returned on her own terms, snagged a world title, and won the Olympics. She did all that while hyping up her siblings' vacation more than her scores, insisting it is not that deep, and laughing right in the face of stress. This is happening in a sport that has historically been plagued by mental health disasters. Watching athletes crumble on live TV, and seeing 21-year-olds hyperventilating before the music even starts. Well, Alysa Liu just proved there is an alternative route. And this victory isn't just a personal win. She is flipping the script on Olympic success. She is showing us that pressure doesn't have to be a death sentence for your spirit. Joy can actually be a competitive weapon. A healthy perspective makes you dangerous, not weak. You can buck the system, ignore the high-pressure federation politics, prioritize your peace, and still walk away with the gold. She loathed this sport enough to quit cold turkey. Now, she stands at the top of the podium as the Olympic champion. Tonight, she skates to Pink Pantheress with a genuine grin, standing as living proof that happiness wins medals. While her rivals were cracking under the intense weight of the rings, Alysa was having the time of her life, and she won gold because of it. Is Alysa's laid-back philosophy the future of elite sports? Can you really reach the top without letting the pressure grind you down? Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit that subscribe button because we are breaking down her Pink Pantheress routine tonight. The happiest Olympian alive is changing the game forever.